Good morning, everyone. How are you today? I hope you are ready for today's class. Okay. Let everybody settle down. Get your writing materials ready. Your jotter, your book, your Bible, and settle down. Today we are considering pressure groups. Pressure groups. But before we go further, let us look at the lesson objectives for today's topic. The lesson objectives. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to define pressure groups. You should be able to explain the types of pressure groups. You should be able to give functions of pressure group. And lastly, you should be able to mention the differences between the pressure groups and political parties. Now, to the topic proper. We want to look at the meaning of pressure groups. Meaning of pressure groups. What is pressure groups? If I may ask. Pressure group is defined as organized groups which influence government decisions socially or economically without necessarily entering into election activities for the control of government. In doing this, they influence the executive, that is the executive arm of government, the legislature, that is the legislative arm of government, and other officials of government to achieve their immediate aims. If you look at this definition properly, it shows that the difference between the pressure group and the political party is that political parties, they aim at the control of government, while the pressure group influence government decisions socially or economically. And they are doing this by influencing the executive, the legislature, and other officials of government just to achieve their aims. Let us go further. Having defined pressure groups, we want to look at the types of pressure groups. Types. The first one, economic pressure groups. Economic pressure groups. These are mostly manufacturers, that is, manufacturers of one thing or the other. Associations like Chamber of Commerce, Cocoa Farmers Union, Cotton Producers Union, to mention but a few. They mount pressure on and also influence the government whenever they have problems on issues affecting their members. So these are the categories under this type. 2, We have professional pressure groups. They are like the Nigerian Medical Association, NMA, that is Association of Medical Doctors, Nigerian Bar Association, the lawyers, NBA, Nigeria Union of Teachers, NUT, and Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ. These ones can go on strike to press home their demand for an improved, better condition of their members, like salaries, like a conducive atmosphere for their working condition in general. So they mount pressure in order for them to get their demand from the government. Another one, educational pressure group. This group has to do with lecturers in colleges and higher institutions of learning, students and the non-academic staff of these institutions. This group also mount pressure on government for better conditions of service and for the qualitative funding of the education sector. They sometimes go on strikes to press home their demands. Another one is the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC. All the trade unions in Nigeria are under this body. NLC is just like an umbrella body covering all the trade unions in Nigeria. And it is the parent body that officially represents the interests of the workers with the government. Another one is religious pressure groups. This includes Christians, Muslims, and even traditionalists. They resolve issues affecting them through lobbying of the executive and the parliament. Another one is social pressure groups. They are generally out to promote the general welfare of their members. Some of them are Boy Scouts, Girls Guide, Rotary Club, Old Boys Associations. All of these, they are under the social pressure group. What they are there to promote is the general welfare of their members. Also, we have promotional interest group. This group is out to champion the cause for an improved condition of the people's welfare. This action may not necessarily benefit the members, but less privileged in the society, e.g. the Nigerian Bar Association gives free legal services to the less privileged in the society. And we have some human rights organizations too. They are just there to help the less privileged and to assist the needy. So NGO, non-government organizations, they also fall into this category. Now let's look at the functions and importance of pressure groups. 1, they offer useful suggestions and advice governments at local, state, and national level. If they sense anything that is wrong with the government policy, they can offer suggestions, useful ones, and also advise the government about it, just to check or to look into that policy, to wait in order for the balance, so that if it is not going to be good for the people of the country, they can make a U-turn. Another one is that they promote economic stability, and this is possible through the Chamber of Commerce. Welfare services. Pressure groups promote certain general welfare services, e.g. NBA, Nigerian Bar Association, which sometimes offers free legal services in court for the less privileged. So they also engage in welfare services. They also act as important link between the government and the people. At least they serve as a voice at times for the voiceless in the society, where ordinary citizens cannot reach. Want to reach the government at the center or at the state level, they can serve as the link. They will convey the message or the messages of the what people at the grassroots to the what corridor of power. They also act as watchdogs over public policies among the executive and the legislature. If any policy should come from the government, from these two arms of government, they want to act as watchdog to make sure that they follow and they fulfill the policies. Promoting members' interests. This is done through the protection of such interests. They also promote and protect the interests of their members. They also assist in championing the cause of the underprivileged in the country. They also act as a check against dictatorship. So that if any leader want to overstay in the office, they also act as a check against such. Policy formation. They play vital role in assisting the government in policy formation and implementation. There's one thing for the government to make a policy, there's another thing for the government to implement the policy. They both, they help in making sure that policy made by the government are also implemented. Bribery and corruption. They also help to prevent bribery and corruption in the political system through their activities. What are the techniques employed by pressure groups to achieve their objectives? We call it mode of operations of the pressure groups. 1, they make use of the mass media. As you all know, mass media comprises of radio, television, newspapers, magazine, billboard, to mention but a few. Press conferences like that too, in which they highlight their problems or make special appeal to the government through these mediums, through this media. This is an effective strategy in mobilizing public opinion. They use this mass media altogether to do what? To highlight their problems and to make special appeal to the government. Let's look at another technique. Strike or boycott. They may embark on strike. That is, strike means refusal to work. Strike is always the last option after all reconciliation and strategies are failed. After they've tried to reconcile with government, after they have, dialogue with the government and all proof to be negative or to no avail, then they will now resort to what? Strike action. And students too can also embark on boycott of lectures. That is, they will refuse to attend lectures for the same purpose if they want to get something from the school management. Lobbying. What is lobbying? That is, they attempt to lobby. That is, to try to influence and engage influential officials of the state. They try to, go to them and to use them as a way of reaching the government or reaching the corridor of power. So lobbying is an effective strategy in democratic societies. they use lobbying, they also use consultation. Most of the policies made by government are done based on consultations with some pressure groups. So they will try to consult them to get their own view about what they intend to do. Another strategy, dialogue. That is one-on-one discussion, and the formal one between the representatives of government and pressure groups. And if dialogue fails, then confrontation is inevitable. Another one is demonstrations. This could be peaceful or violent. You must have seen one before. Pressure groups adopt these methods to mobilize support from members of the public. Who can tell us the mode of operations of the pressure groups from the one I've mentioned so far? Yes, strike or boycott. Correct. Yes, you. Dialogue. Fine. Okay. You. Demonstrations. Clap for them. Another one. Lobbying. Yes. They lobby who? The executive and the influential people in the executive and the legislature. Give them a round of applause. Thank you. That means you are following the lecture. Another one is a pressure mounted on the executive. The group mount pressure on the executive. The executive arm of government, not to sign into law bills that are seen as unhealthy. Such bills may not produce something good for them or for the public. So they will mount pressure on the executive not to sign into law any bill that will not be, fair with the people of the country. Now, let's now look at the differences between political parties and pressure groups. Political parties on the left side of the table and the pressure groups on the right side. The first one there is that political parties contest election and control the government, while pressure groups is just to influence government policies and pursue the interests of their members. 2. Political party is organized to reach everybody in the society, not self-seeking. But pressure groups are basically self-seeking and not organized to reach everybody in the society. They only concerned about their members. Political parties, again, they tend to accommodate virtually different interest group in the society in terms of membership, whereas pressure groups do not accommodate different groups in society. Political parties, they organize themselves into rallies, debates, lectures, seminars, etc. They are capable of projecting their ideologies in order to win more followership. Whereas pressure groups, when they have successfully influenced the government with their aims achieved, they cease to exist. You don't hear anything again. Because they will see that as mission accomplished. Another one, political parties, they express opinion on several issues, e.g., like the issue on education, health, agriculture, and housing, whereas pressure groups are only concerned with matters affecting their members, just like salaries, allowances, loans. That's their major concern. So what happens in other sphere of the economy doesn't matter to them. Another one, they political parties pursue goals, interests that will improve the lifestyle of the members and people in the society, whereas pressure groups pursue interests and goals that will improve the lifestyle of their members only. And the last one, political parties. Candidates from political parties are to contest elections with the aim of being in government and ruling the people. But reverse is the case when it comes to the pressure groups. Candidates contest election for the leadership of their groups or unions and not for the people. So you can see the differences between the two. They are not the same. Yes. Before we end this class, I would like us to brainstorm on what we have, learned so far. So, who can boldly stand up and tell us one or two differences between political parties and pressure groups? Yes, you. That is, political parties contest election with the aim of ruling the people, whereas the pressure groups, yes, they only contest election for the leadership of their union. Yes, correct. Any other person who can give us one more? Political parties, they are more concerned with the welfare of their members and the entire people of the country, while pressure groups, what concerns them most is just the welfare of their member alone, like salaries, allowances, loans, etc. Yes, you have all spoken well. Thank you. Thank you. Now, for you to get more understanding on this topic, these are the reference books for you to read. Essential Government for Senior Secondary Schools by Chris Dibier. And the second one, New Approach Government for Secondary Schools by Oyedero. If you can lay your hands on these two books, they are very good for you, just for your further study. So now, let's go to the assignment. This assignment, you must make sure that you do this assignment. Failure to do it won't be good. Try to do it. The first question says, explain 5 techniques employed by pressure groups. Explain 5 techniques employed by pressure groups. You will give me those techniques with full explanation. The second question, distinguish between pressure groups and political parties. Distinguish between pressure groups and political parties. If you want to answer this question for me, you have to draw a table. I want to see it in a tabular form. You will label the left side political parties, the right side pressure groups. And you now give me the differences between the two in details. Is that clear? Okay. So this where we shall be drawing the curtain of today's class. I will see you again next time. Thank you for listening. God bless you and have a great day.